Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you, depending where you are in the world. I'm in London doing the nighttime devotion from the devotional Christ Triumphant. The title today, Settled Rebellion is Incurable. Exodus 32 verse 1. The people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, Up, make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, we wot not what is become of him. All are at liberty to choose and take their positions with the rebellious, or take their stand with those who are on the side of God and the truth, those who have labored earnestly, faithfully, and unselfishly in this great cause, and who have endured trial, reproach, and fought with courage the battles of the Lord. Settled rebellion is incurable. It first originated in heaven with the angel next highest in order to Jesus the Christ. This exalted angel had sympathizers who joined him in his rebellion. He, Satan, the great rebel, was turned out of heaven, and all his rebel sympathizers shared his fate. Since then, it has been his special work to excite to rebellion all he can gain control over. Said the angel, rebellion will occur up to the time of the closing of the work of the third angel's message. Marvel not, neither be discouraged. He who conquered the leader in rebellion stands at the head of this great work. Although Satan may exalt and seem for a time to triumph, the first great conqueror has his eyes upon him, and he can go no farther than he permits. He is permitted to have power for a time to reveal the true-hearted, to prove the faithful, to develop the spurious, and separate them from the pure in heart. Rebels will be purged out from among the loyal and true in due time, for the truth has gathered of every kind. I was then shown the travels of the children of Israel. Rebellion was common among ancient Israel. Moses was gone from them only 40 days, but the time was long enough for there to be enacted one of the greatest apostasies from God, who had shown to them such special favors, and whose voice they had recently heard from Mount Sinai. In awful grandeur, he spoke the 10 Commandments in the hearing of the people, which led them to exceedingly fear and tremble and plead with Moses that the great Jehovah should not speak to them any more, but that he should receive the words and speak to them. They wrought out a calf and turned from God to the lowest idolatry. What of worshipping the work of their own hands? Settled rebellion is incurable. So this is focusing, where it starts off by talking about Satan when he was in heaven, and he rebelled and he took a lot of the angels with him. He was the first known rebel. And then it says about he hasn't stopped working, even though he has what would seem to be triumphed over the earth. Because obviously Jesus was crucified. And a lot of people don't seem to understand what that actually meant. And it says, yes, Satan may seem to be in charge, may seem to have control. But he only has control as far as God allows him to have control. Jesus overcame sin. Jesus was sinless. And by doing so, he triumphed over the grave. He triumphed over hell, the grave. He overcame sin and the devil. And therefore he triumphed. He won the key to the pit, as they say. He now is in control. And Satan can only do what he is allowed to do. He can only go as far as he is allowed to go. And then it goes on to talk about the children of Israel. And we, just like the children of Israel, 1 minute we're all praising God and, singing his praises. And then the next minute, we're caught up in our idolatry. The children of Israel, it says, Moses was only away 40 days. And then what did they do? They turned to Aaron, as it said in the scripture. People gathered themselves unto Aaron. He's been away 40 days. Let us build, what do we know about Moses? Where is he? We don't know what's happened to him. And what happened? They went and built themselves, or molded themselves, a golden calf, a golden cow that they worship. They bowed down to this statue of a cow. Interestingly enough, the cow is considered sacred in India. What's the root of that? Would that be this? I don't know. Just a thought. Anyway, they turned to idolatry simply because Moses, their human man leader, disappeared for 40 days. They didn't know what happened to him. So then they thought, let us take the matter in our own hands and build ourselves a god. That's totally ignorant and stupid. Now you see, that's on hindsight. We have the benefit of hindsight to look back, to read about it, and to learn from it. They didn't have that, did they, in those days? All they had was hearing the words of the prophets, reading the scriptures. A lot of them probably couldn't read or write, I don't know. But you've also got to take into account they had heard the voice of God. Mount Sinai, God spoke the 10 Commandments to them personally. His voice they could hear in their ears. And then they still turn to idolatry. What is that about? Obviously, I can't knock them. I can't judge them. I wasn't there. And I don't know how I would react if I was there. But me now, I can be just as bad. I can. I'm no saint. I have my weaknesses. One of them is football. But I suppose the football is my golden calf. What's yours?